So, hari ini aku mau ceritain tentang cium aku pertama. Oh, wait, I'm speaking in English.
Guruku Mr D.
Use that.
Mr D punya tips belajar bahasa Inggris cara praktis dan gratis.
Hey semuanya, oke. Dalam video ini, kalian akan belajar praktekin listening skills lagi. Aku pernah bikin video kayak gini sebelumnya. So, dalam video ini, aku akan ngomong pakai bahasa Inggris. Kalian harus dengerin pakai bahasa Inggris dulu. Nanti kita akan upload subtitles yang resmi. Jangan pakai yang auto-generated. Itu kadang-kadang ada kesalahan karena itu automatic. Kita akan upload yang bahasa Inggris dan yang bahasa Indonesia. Aku akan ceritakan sesuatu dalam bahasa Inggris. Terus, abis itu, jangan pakai subtitles dulu. Ini 3 langkah, oke? Langkah kedua, kalian dengerin pakai bahasa Inggris subtitles. Subtitles bahasa Inggris. Terus, kalau ada kata yang kalian nggak tangkap tanpa subtitles, dari situ kalian akan bisa tangkap, ya. Sebelum masuk ke langkah 3, aku mau kalian tulis di comments kesimpulan. Apa yang kalian tangkap dari yang aku ngomong. Setelah itu, baru langkah 3 listening pakai subtitles bahasa Indonesia. So, dari situ seharusnya kalian ngerti semuanya yang aku ngomong. So, baru kalian bisa cek yang ditulis di kesimpulan itu, di comments yang kamu bikinnya. Tulis, oh aku benar, atau aduh aku salah. Dari situ kalian bisa lihat tingkat listening kamu sampai gimana. Udah bagus atau masih harus diperbaiki? Oke, so kalau kalian udah paham, aku akan mulai ceritain. Ready? Bahasa Inggris. 3, 2, 1. Jangan takut, okay? So today I'm gonna talk about my first kiss, and don't worry, it's not as scandalous or anything like that, or even romantic or anything that you think. It's actually a silly story, and that's why I want to talk about it. That's why I chose to talk about it. Once you hear the story, you'll see why. So one thing to point out is that the culture in the US, maybe the West in general, I don't know, I'm not from the rest of the West, I'm only from the US. The culture in the US is different, right, than here in Indonesia, where I am now, where you all, I assume, are, people watching now. Where, actually, if you watch the movie American Pie, and a lot of those other, you know, teenage movies, high school movies, it's not too far from the truth. Of course, in that movie, the thing he wants to do is not kiss, it's something else, but we're not going to talk about that now. And, you know, it is rather accurate. If you are 25 years old and you've never kissed someone, you're kind of looked down upon, you know? It's like, what's wrong with you? Or like, what, you can't get someone, you know? So, the story goes, this was like in middle school, I believe. So, we went on a field trip in middle school, my school, and I don't know, I can't remember where we went. But it was this, probably an amusement park. All the field trips are always amusement parks, like, who even cares? What are we learning here? I mean, it's fun, but now that I'm older, I'm like, yeah, I think we probably should have learned something. So I don't remember where it was and what we did, but I do remember on the way back, the bus ride from I don't know where to where. This was in Fort Myers, so after I had already moved from Tampa. And I was the new kid in the school because it was my first year. And I remember we were on the bus and I heard like the kids in front of me were playing Truth or Dare. And I knew there was a girl there who kind of liked me. And I thought to myself, like, I didn't care to play. I didn't care to really talk to anyone. I was tired and I just wanted to be by myself. But I thought to myself, I was like, I've never kissed a girl, and this is my opportunity to get my first kiss, so let me do it. And like, I had this idea that it would just happen, right? And it did. So I joined the game, and then when the opportunity came to me, I chose Dare, And like the other people there kind of knew that the girl liked me. So, and I can't even remember the girl's name. And so they immediately were like, I dare you to kiss this girl. And I immediately just went for it. I took the opportunity because I thought, this is why I'm here. This is my only purpose for joining the game. So I went for it, and that was my first kiss. It's a pretty boring first kiss story because I don't remember her name. It wasn't a girlfriend. I don't think, because I think it was probably the end of the year. So we went to different schools after that. Like I never saw her again. There isn't that like romantic story, you know, like, oh, the woman that I married one day, like she was my first kiss, you know, some kind of crazy romantic story like that. It wasn't that. It was the most simplest kind of like trying to get something checked off my list. Like, oh, I haven't done this yet. Okay, let me go do this. So, but yeah, because of that culture revolving around like the pressure to be cool in this case, I think it's cool, you know. I decided to just go for it in that manner. And in general, I think that's a thing. I don't know if that's a thing here in Indonesia. I would imagine because marriage is much more a thing that is deeper and a value here. It should be more in the West, I think, than it is. But because it's so big here, I would think if you're like 22 and then you just got a new girlfriend and then you're gonna marry her and then she's your first kiss, nobody would really call you a dork or something. But where I come from, you'd be a dork. Oke, jadi itu udah aku selesai ceritain tentang pengalaman aku SMA di Florida. Terima kasih. Good luck. You can do it. Semangat. Semoga video ini bermanfaat. Kalau ada pertanyaan lagi tentang materi yang ada dalam video ini atau materi lain, silakan tanya di comments. Jangan lupa subscribe, jangan lupa share video ini sama teman-teman kamu. Dan jangan lupa like and turn on post notification biar selalu tahu kalau ada video baru dari aku. See you next time.